everybody. Tim Kitzer here, the voice of NBA Jam. And you're listening to the Running Podcast. Here's the Tim with your host, Tommy. Now, hold on a second. How do you pronounce this game? Paradice? Paradise? Paradike? Yeah, what the hell? I'll go with Paradise. I like living in paradise. I got 2 tickets to paradise. Here's your host, Tommy Paradise. He's on fire. And up in the rafters from downtown, it's DJ. Drop the bass, DJ. Boom shakalaka. How do you like that, Paradice?
Hey, what do you say? We are on fire. Boom shakalaka. It's the Run-In Podcast, episode number 46. And the only person I can think of sports-wise, the number 46 is David Krejci on the Boston Bruins. My name is Tommy Paradise. DJ, you got any number 46s there?
Well, first, it's showtime. It's DJ coming to you live from the rafters, as my boy let you guys know when we came on. I got to go with Todd Christensen, the Ghost.
Andy Pettit, wore number 46. Oh, man. Let's see. Steve Traxel. There are some good guys who wore 46.
There's some pretty good 46s out there.
Yeah, but David Krejci just comes to my mind because he's on the Bruins, and I'm
going with the Ghost.
All right.
That man got Super Bowls, and that's when the downfield pass for the tight end. This was one of the guys that kind of made that a thing. When the Raiders were just bombing it out to everybody. So I'm going with the Ghost to the post.
All right. Welcome in, guys, to the Run-In Podcast, brought to you by figurecollections.com. Huge news coming up later on in the show about figure collections. I've been teasing it here weekly about some big news that we're going to be dropping, and I got that news actually right before we went on the air. So it's going to be fun because I have to do a live read. I'm gonna botch it up. So get your get your drinks ready. I got a bang ready to go here. I know DJ, you probably got the vigilante drip flowing.
I like we were
changing it up.
Not okay. So what had happened is, you know how we talked about we've been busy. This has just been a busy couple of weeks.
Yeah, off air we were talking about how freaking busy we've been the last few weeks.
So I didn't really have time to go to the store and get the ingredients, but I still had some Proper 12.
Oh, it's drinking it straight.
So straight Proper 12. So if I start botching, you guys know why.
I love it. I love it. Figurecollections.com. I changed up my bang flavor. I'm trying a new one. Bankster Berry. We'll see.
I haven't seen that one.
It's white and purple can. I tried it, or I took a sip already. It's not bad. Not bad.
Is that like a sugar-free kind of thing, or
no? I mean, they're all no carbs, but
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I don't know why it's in a white can. I don't know if it's just a color change or what, but hey, make sure you guys are following us over on YouTube. YouTube.com/The Run-In Podcast. We are now recording our episodes of video so you can see our weekly purchases, see our ugly faces, see some of the reactions to each other when we're saying ridiculous stuff. Just another outlet for you guys to take in the show. If you're looking to change things up a little bit, of course, make sure you're writing reviews, subscribing wherever you're listening to your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Google Play, wherever you get it, Spotify, wherever. Make sure you're giving us that follow and that review. You can also follow us over at Instagram. It's at The Run-In Pod. Twitter is at Run-In Podcast. And the best way to help the show is prowrestlingtees.com/RunInPod. Grab yourself one of our shirts. Also, download the app, man, because you never know when they're going to have a flash sale. There was 2 sales this week. So if you didn't buy a shirt, you missed out. There was 15% off and 20% off. And the Earth Day sale, 10% went to WWF, not with the World Wrestling Federation, but the World Wildlife Federation. We are going to be doing a Q&A episode next week. We're going to do a Q&A episode. So start sending those questions to us on Instagram, on Twitter. And if we use your question, you're going to be entered into a drawing for a Eagle Moss. WWE statue. Free. Just for asking us a question. Just for asking a question, man. Simple as that.
Anything's inbounds. You can access anything.
Personal life. I'll give you DJ's social security number. Whatever you're asking
out of it, but yeah, go
ahead. You can ask about our collections. You can ask about our, wrestling, Marvel, Star Wars, and literally anything is on the table for that Q&A episode next week. We love the Q&A episodes. They are so much fun, and you have till next Wednesday, which is the 28th.
Ask us some embarrassing shit.
Oh man, that sounds like a challenge. I'm terrified of what could be asked, but that's all right. Let's do it. Q&A episode next week. So get those questions in. I think. DJ, we done messed up. I thought we were doing so good, and I jinxed it. I said we hadn't gotten any corrections from Kenny.
Oh, do we have to flip the card over to 0 now?
Yep.
0 days for that.
So Mike and Maria Bennett, we talked about them last week. They're signed to Ring of Honor. Right. Leo Rush is with MLW. He's their heavyweight champ.
He's their champ.
Yep. Alexa Bliss's new puppet is named Lily. Dabakato is now going by Commodore Aziz and is playing the right-hand man to Apollo. These are all follow-ups from last week's episode. And Belair's hair whip sound was not a fixed sound. He had a friend in attendance that said you could hear that sound from far away. So those are all the corrections from episode 45, last week's episode. So you can go back and see what else we messed up. But make sure you check out Kenny's podcast. It's the Duck Call Up on YouTube, on wherever you get your podcast, iTunes, Spotify. He's got great interviews with Heath Slater. Nick Aldis is coming to his channel. Georgia Hart Smith. He's got all kinds of stuff on his podcast.
Some of those past ones like Thunder Rosa and
I
mean, the man is getting everybody. He had us. We were on there.
Yep. That's right. We were on it too. I don't know how I could forget. Buy a shirt from his Pro Wrestling Tee store too, as well. Oh man, DJ. Anything else before we dive in? I feel like that was a very quick housekeeping segment there, but I'm ready to dive in, man. I'm tired.
Hey. Let's do it.
We're bitching about how our week's been going before we started recording. Ooh. Man, it's only
Thursday.
It's been.
At least by the time you guys are listening to this, it's gonna be Friday, or on your weekend. So we're probably gonna be feeling good by the time you guys are listening.
That's right. That's right. So let's jump in the ring here. In the Ring is brought to you by Buy, Sell, Trade Toys. I'm supposed to be meeting up with Buy, Sell, Trade Toys with Kenny. Kenny is supposed to be coming up here to Connecticut to meet up with him I think next weekend. But I am getting my second vaccine the day before he's supposed to be up here. So I might be out of commission. So we'll see what happens. I might be meeting up. We'll see. If not, but don't forget you can hit up Buy, Sell, Trade Toys on Instagram and use the code RUN10 for 10% off any of his inventory on the website, on his Instagram. It's RUN10 at Buy, Sell, Trade Toys on Instagram.
Well, maybe you get a bang going, and that'll keep you upright.
We'll see. I'm actually a little nervous about it, but all right. So WrestleMania is over. We're in the ring here. We've got a few things to talk about. We're each picking our three things from the week. I'm going to start out by saying I'm actually not going in order, DJ, off the list here, but I'm going to start out.
Go ahead.
I didn't watch much wrestling this week. I watched a few things here and there on the YouTube, on Twitter. But I did not really watch a whole show. Life getting in the way a little bit this week. So,
and that this is that post WrestleMania kind of dog days, if you will, like leading into SummerSlam. Like it's like, to me, it's been like this since WrestleMania. Like, like since WrestleMania, it's like you have this whole build up. And then this is when I feel like there should be an off season, in my opinion.
Yes.
Because
like everybody's
meet and greets,
everybody's tuning in for that WrestleMania after, or the Raw after WrestleMania.
Right.
This year, that we talked about it last week. This year that was left to be desired. Like, it was not good, not great.
No.
So like I just kind of was like, you know what? There's not a whole besides the podcast, there's not a huge reason to watch this week. So, and it wasn't just Raw for me. I didn't watch SmackDown. I didn't really watch. I watched a few things from NXT and I watched a few things from AEW. And actually, I did have Raw on for a little bit. I saw I saw Retribution get unmasked,
right?
And a couple other things, but just not like it is. It's like you need a break from it once in a while. And this week it just was not in the cards for me, man. It was not in the cards. But I'll tell you what I did watch. Actually, DJ, that's my number one. Is just that I didn't watch much.
Didn't watch.
Wrestling.
Okay.
You give us your number one.
All right. So that's a kind of a perfect segue. I have it labeled.
That's what I do.
Percocet, Molly Percocet, and we're mask off here for the Retribution. I think that should be their theme song. Now that's just me, but now that they have their mask off and maybe dropping this whole thing and let them have their old names and build their characters like they were in NXT, because they were just fine. I mean, they even got they doesn't Dominic has his own or Dokic. What's the taller
Dominic Djokovic?
Yes, he's got a basic of that character. Like,
right.
Let the man run with that character for a minute.
Yep. Yeah, it was. I'm here for them having their own actual personalities, not being T-Bar and whatever. I forgot what the other guy's name is.
Yeah.
But like, give them their own like personalities. Let them take the masks off. I like it. I like that they're. Again, I didn't watch all of Raw, but they were hinting at them being part of the Hurt Business now, or at least working for the Hurt Business. I like that aspect of it, or that angle of it. So I'm kind of interested in that for sure.
Yes, sir. What's your number two?
My number two is what I did watch a lot of was NXT. Kyle O'Reilly, though, not here for goofy, silly Kyle O'Reilly. I am not here for that at all.
They are trying to repackage Bryan, like Daniel Bryan. So, and it's not a good idea. Just let Kyle O'Reilly be Kyle O'Reilly, because they're trying to make, like, I can see all, like, I can see too much Daniel Bryan, and it's just like, no.
I'm curious what you see that similar of Daniel Bryan, though, because to me, it was more of like an Orange Cassidy ripoff, where he's like the jean jacket, the sunglasses.
True. Yeah, I can see
like,
that too.
I don't care. He's like that, almost that I don't care vibe.
Right.
Like I don't really see a Daniel. I think Daniel Bryan like more angry. And Kylo. I mean, obviously Kyle O'Reilly was a little bit angry, but he like I don't know. It was just more goofy to me than viable as like a guy who just broke up with this faction and is pissed and wants revenge and is coming for Karrion Kross, and like it wasn't believable to me.
And it didn't seem like it was him, I guess is what I'm saying. Which, again, like the best wrestlers and the best characters are, you can kind of tell that they like the performer is being themselves but turned up to 10. And that's not what I don't feel it. Like, I'm just not feeling it. Like, let's see how it goes. Like, there's a lot of characters that start off this way where we're not feeling it, and then something happens, and then we go, okay, now I'm getting it. But for now, no.
Yeah, and again, like I felt that way about Cameron Grimes, and then they kind of repackaged him a little bit, and I'm all about it. So I'm all about Cameron Grimes. So who knows? But my first impression of the new Kyle O'Reilly is not good at all. Not good at all. It's not good. Not good, guys. Anyway, and I also wanted to just mention the debut of Sarray. I thought she was very impressive.
I agree. Yeah, she had a very good debut there.
The only thing I'll say is like, and it's not a knock on anything. It's just how many guys from Japan, guys and girls from Japan is AEW gonna have? Or from the Far East are they going to have? I mean, not that it's a bad thing, but it's like Kushida was on the show. Io Shirai was on the show. Sarray debuted. Like, Xia Li's there. Like, they've got a lot. And I think the reason I bring it up is because that's a whole different style. That's a different style. And I feel like you don't want too much of that style. I know Zach's going to call me out here in our group chat because it sounds like I'm being something else, but I'm not being that. I'm just saying, like, you don't want too much of one style on your show is what I'm getting at.
You don't. And like, in some things that I'm going to bring up on my number one thing, like I'm not going to bring it up yet, but that could be problematic when you have, because I feel like you're saying, like, I feel like some of the women on the Far East, they're they come in, they're ready. They're professionals. They've been trained very well. And I don't feel that way for some of the other people on the roster. And I think, and then that clash could turn out to be a not good thing in the middle of a match,
right?
Which is what I'm going to bring up when I get to my number one.
All right. What's your number two, man?
Number two is Charlotte Flair. I'm not feeling the formal outfit that she's wearing, like when she's not in her ring gear.
Is it the Matt Riddle getup that she's got on?
She's got like
shorts.
Yeah, they're like shorts, and and so okay. For anybody, like this is not just for Charlotte. For anybody, correct me if I'm wrong. You want to wear things that flatter you, right?
Right. That's why I wear this hoodie, because it covers up. It covers up all my jiggles.
Okay.
It covers up my Otis body.
So when your legs aren't really, or if you're gonna show off your legs, how about that? If you're gonna show off your legs, how about wear something that looks good on them? So it's not a flattering outfit. I don't know why she keeps wearing it.
I just can't get past the meme I posted this week of, it was her from the back, and somebody was like, thought it was, why is Matt Riddle, hitting Asuka or whoever, I forget who it was, but from the backside, it was basically saying that Charlotte looked like Matt Riddle.
Right.
Which 100%, you could not.
And I couldn't unsee it after that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll just put it that way.
My number three is I'm going to give some props here to AEW. But for something we've given them props for before, where MJF gives a killer promo again with his Pinnacle crew, but like we need somebody else here to step it up. We need somebody besides MJF to be great on the mic here in AEW. And
not just start cussing to make the promo good. Like,
exactly.
It seems like they start running flat, and then they throw a couple of bitches in there, and then that's supposed to make me think that you're saying something,
or Moxley will say say shit, and it gets all, because he's all fired up, and that's supposed to make it a good promo. No, that's not how it works. I think like MJF just killed it last night.
Yes.
The other thing I'll give props to AEW, we've talked about her before on the show, but she is quickly becoming, I think, one of the best, if not the best, women's performer in AEW. I'm talking about Tay Conti, man. She has been killing it, and that match she had with Sheeta last night was phenomenal. Right. I think Tay Conti looked better than Sheeta in this match. And I think the women's division is kind of turning around here in AEW. You got Sheeta, you got Conti, you've got Britt Baker, obviously. Chris Statlander just came back. She's good. That's 4 right there. Thunder Rosa, that's 5. I mean, you obviously need a good probably 10 for like a decent women's division to start, I'd say. But like, now these free agents are out there, like the Iconics. Not that they're great wrestlers. I think Peyton Royce is a great wrestler, or a better wrestler than Billie Kay.
She's a little bit more athletic than Billie Kay.
Yeah, but that could be big for AEW.
Just the personalities in the ring, and their tag team, like you're saying, like would bring some eyes. It'll bring some eyes to the division.
Rio, I guess you could say, is good too. She's in there. I mean, she was the former champ.
Right.
Nyla Rose, you got to have that. You got to have that
Monster Hill.
Exactly. I'm trying to think of other women on the roster that are decent. I guess that's
the real tall. I'm blanking on her name, but
Brandy's girl there.
Yeah.
What her name's on the tip of my tongue.
And Red Velvet. So I know Red Velvet, and then the woman that Red Velvet's been feuding with.
Yeah, Shaq's girl. I cannot think of her freaking name either.
But you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. So
they're
Kenny's
gonna be all over us tomorrow. Kenny's gonna be all over us tomorrow.
But it's coming along. It's coming along. So not as bad as it was just 4 months ago, I would say. I would say they definitely turned the corner here with some good stuff in the women's division at AEW. What else you got, DJ? What's your number 3? All right, so going back to AEW, so our friend of the show, Mike Lanham, hit me to this Twitter, and and I think everybody listening to us should go follow this guy. It's AEW Botches. And because I saw two things while I was watching Dynamite, and I thought I was like, maybe I'm just seeing things. But then this guy made videos of what I saw, and I was like, okay, now I don't feel. So I saw two guys get dropped on their heads.
Jade Cargel, by the way. Sorry.
Okay,
that's who you're thinking
Jade.
of. Sorry.
That's it. Yep. Jade. All right. Yep.
Sorry.
Yep. So, yeah. So I saw two guys get dropped on their head, and that Penta match is the exact same match as he had a couple of weeks before, but they switched sides. And I mean, the guy did a video. They did it. I mean, the taunt and everything were exactly the same, but switched around.
I'm looking through his page right now.
Yeah. So look at you're gonna see clips of the Penta match from this last Wednesday, and he's got it side by side with the match he did with the same guy, and they're doing this. It's the same match. It's the exact same match.
Spot for spot, miss for miss. He put choreographed outlaw mud show wrestling.
And then I love the Jurassic Express, but man, that choke slam, he dropped that guy on his head.
Yeah.
So it's just like, dude, we got to get some training going here. I that's great that we're having the indie guys having this space. I'm not gonna crap on that, but it's this is like we talked about. Now you're on this is a weekly show where you're trying to get 1 million people to watch every week. You're going to need your wrestlers every week. You need everybody to be healthy. So you got to do stuff so now it's got to become safe. You can't you can't drop people on their head every week.
They did hit 1 million 1 million viewers again this week, April 21st, 1,104,000.
Yep.
And actually AEW Botches that this Twitter's pretty good. We just gave them an immediate follow. They have all the viewership. March 31st, 700,000. April 7th, 688,000. April 14th, 1.2 million. April 21st, 1.1 million. Meanwhile, Botches keep going up.
Right. Right.
Oh man. That's good. That's good stuff. I'm gonna add this on my personal account as well.
Yeah, I'm telling you, folks. I'm not crazy here. Sometimes I am. Sometimes I do say some crazy stuff, but this time I'm not crazy.
All right, that's our top 3. We're flying through this episode, which is good. I got to go to bed. We're flying through this episode so far. Already got our 3. Oh man. Just in, rapper Shang Chi from the Digital Underground.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Yeah.
Passed away. Holy smokes.
For those of you who don't know, that's Humpty Hump.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's sad. That's a really that one hurt my feelings.
Damn.
I'm right here in the Bay.
Oh.
So they're gonna be all weekend. We're gonna every car that passes by is gonna be playing some Digital Underground this weekend.
Oh man, and hopefully you guys are all doing the Humpty Hump.
I am. I'm about to gotta teach my daughter how to do it and everything.
We're gonna. Whoa. I wouldn't go
the dance.
Okay. All right. Whoa. Took a real wild turn there. I'm gonna pour one out for Humpty. All right, that's our. We each did our 3 things from the weekly shows this week. Now it's time. Real quick segment again. Kind of a weird holding pattern here, holding period for wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot of news, but DJ, did you take in the A&E shows?
Oh yeah,
the Stone Cold biography and the Lost Treasures show?
I sure did. I watched them both.
What'd you think, man?
Well, A&E with biographies, I had no worries. I knew that they were gonna. That's their thing. They've been doing biographies forever. They know how to do it. And we love Stone Cold, and and to see him get emotional that was that was the part of the show I did not expect. So yeah, and then the treasures, it was interesting that they show that commercial with the Pawn Stars.
Yeah.
Because that's what the show, like, that's what this show reminds me of. It reminds me of Pawn Stars with wrestlers going after their stuff.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the biography. And I thought they did a good job because there was like things that I didn't necessarily know or things that hadn't been covered necessarily a ton in the Stone Cold documentary. Or biography. I thought it was really good. I'm excited for Piper's this week.
Oh man.
Because I'm a wrestling fan. I feel like I've heard a lot of stories and heard a lot of stuff. So like even with like Dark Side of the Ring, like when they did the Bret Hart, like the screw job, and even the Macho and Elizabeth one, like I felt like there was stuff that like I had already known. Like I wasn't getting a whole lot of new information in those. Still, they were still good. I was a little worried about that with these A&E documentaries because it's like we've watched Stone Cold documentaries and we've watched this, we've watched that. I thought they did a really, really good job with everything in the Stone Cold one. The Lost Treasures one, little cheesy for me. I know it's a reality show. I know it's set up.
Right.
But it was just like a little too cheesy for me. Like I'm going to watch every episode just cause it's interesting to me.
Right.
And I like seeing like these people's basements and like what
these guys got some good collections. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know damn well, like, okay. So I kind of believe the first guy that, just kind of gave it for free. Yeah, kind of gave Sacco for free as long like I just want you to talk to my kids. I kind of believe that one. The second one, I kind of smelt some script, like like
they're like,
you're not gonna turn that down.
Right? They're like, hey, we need one guy to be like, a little difficult here. Can you be that guy? That's what I feel like they did.
Yeah, and we'll bring you in. We'll bring you into the museum for doing that for us.
Yeah, and that's another thing I was going to say about that is that cannot be the actual warehouse because they say it's in Stamford, Connecticut. There's no way in hell they are even remotely putting
chance in hell, huh?
That warehouse is like in fucking like Oklahoma or Idaho somewhere where nobody has any idea where it is. Because if you tell people that is in Stamford, Connecticut, people are going to be looking all over for that. And like obviously like there's a shot of the outside of the truck backed in, like people are going to be looking for that, especially wrestling fans because they're insane.
Right.
Like, I definitely think that was like a little kayfabe there. They were just like, oh, it's in Stanford. Not really.
So I think you just like that just popped in my head right now. Like WWE might be why not have a physical museum with this stuff?
I think there's been rumors about it being in Orlando or Tampa or something.
It'll sell. I'll go.
Yeah, they definitely sell. They make it sound like that's what they're trying to do with this show is get some of this stuff back so that they can do it. Triple H talks about they only have like 5% of all the stuff.
Wow.
That's what they're trying to get a lot of it back. At the end of that episode, I think Steph or Triple H said that. But to me, listen, if Sting's coming to your house and you have something like you have some ring worn gear or something that he wanted, you're not charging him for that. I'm not charging Ric Flair for anything. I'm like,
especially if they come up to me and say 7,500, like, without me even offer, we'll offer you 7,500. Oh, dude.
And you're already in my house, man. Like, let's take some pictures.
I was about to say, I want some pics for the gram and
let's go out to dinner. Let's do something. Yep. Let's hang out. Let's watch a pay-per-view. Like, I'm not fighting these guys. Like I can't let this go, man. Get out of here with that. But I did enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I sound very bitter and angry about that show, but I really did enjoy it.
It sounds like you still had a good time with it. Because like I said, it was Pawn Stars for wrestling fans. That's
exactly.
What this is.
It was a fun watch. It was snackable. I felt like where it was like something easy to pop on. Right. It was easier to watch that than it was to watch Raw.
Well, I can't even argue with that. That's the problem.
I'm excited for the Roddy Piper one this week. I
want to see Roddy.
I've always liked Roddy Piper, but I've definitely appreciated him more as I've gotten older. Mm-hmm. After I met him too, I really did I was like, man, what he's so good.
Right.
But, all right. That's that. Ronda Rousey, baddest baby on the planet, coming soon in September. She announced so everybody's dreams are squashed of her coming back because that ain't happening anytime soon. Mm-hmm. My man's boys can swim. Finally.
How long would it have taken you?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I was a one-shot deal, man. We were like, let's do this and see if it happens, and it happened. So
right.
I know not everybody's that lucky. So it takes work for different circumstances and stuff. So congratulations to the Rousey family.
Yeah,
it's not his last name, it's her last name. But so that's why she didn't come out at WrestleMania. And then EC3 is in the hospital. I saw you put this on the sheet here. I saw this. I actually thought it was a work because he's been doing like weird shit with the Major Brothers thing, and like so I saw this post and I thought it was I totally thought it was a work. But
I did for a minute. Yep.
I guess it's real.
No, it's like even multiple wrestlers are, well wishing him. He's got some kind of infection. That seems to be the only information I can dig out of this. And so affection so bad that he had to go to the hospital. So, and for a wrestler to have to go to the hospital for an infection, that doesn't sound good to me.
What kind of made me realize it wasn't a work is that in the Major Brothers group, somebody posted this because he's doing a match with Matt Cardona and Memorial Day weekend. But and somebody thought this was a work, and somebody commented that his wife works in a hospital, and that if this is worked or a stage or whatever, whoever hooked up all this stuff in the background did an incredible job, because that is like, it was all legit. So that's where I was like, oh, this isn't. Plus, like, think about it. Think about the environment we're living in right now with COVID and stuff. My son went to the emergency room because he got bit by a dog, and I couldn't go in with him. Like, my wife went in and I couldn't. So, yeah, I don't think this is a work, but I did for a second. I did for a couple seconds think it was a work, but it's not. And then just the last thing on our sheet here is the new Jeff Jarrett podcast. I've not listened to this yet. Have you taken it in?
I have not. I'm almost like, I don't know. I'm almost afraid of what he's going to say. Like, I think, I don't want to get pissed off at Jeff, because I don't know what his affiliations are, and I just and that's probably me, like that's bad, like that's probably me being prejudiced, but I'm just but I'm a little afraid to listen to it.
I'm a little podcasted out. I know this is probably weird to say because I'm on a podcast.
We got some podcasts though,
but there's a lot of podcasts, and there's a lot of wrestling podcasts. There's a lot of wrestlers doing podcasts. It's hard to keep up, man. Like, I love the Bruce Pritchard show.
I like Bruce Pritchard. Yep.
But I will only listen to, like, I pick and choose what I listen to on those. Same thing with like 83 Weeks and even Jim Cornette. Like, I listen to Jim Cornette here and there. He's hilarious, but it's just too much.
It's only
sometimes.
so much. Yeah, it's only so, like, you got to do Jim Cornette in spurts.
Right. It's like, I don't even listen to ours, to be honest with you.
I'll listen, just like this mic. Ever since I got in this mic, I've noticed is like, it's crazy.
You're turned on by your own voice.
Almost. At first, I did, and I don't even like the sound of my own voice. But hey,
I do listen here and there to ours just to make sure everything sounds good. But I'm editing it after we're done too, so I'm listening to it then and making sure everything sounds good. But yeah, I might take one or two of these in. I still haven't taken in the Kurt Angle podcast either. And I was a big Kurt Angle fan when I was younger, but just haven't been able to do it yet. I don't know, man. There's so many.
Hopefully, like, podcasts, hopefully these guys have, that long mic skill. Like, you can't be bland, and we want to hear some stuff. Right. So, hopefully, I don't know about Kurt, listening to Kurt talk for an hour. Like, I don't know about that. Jeff, I bet you could. Like, Jeff is kind of, because he is kind of funny to me. Like, listening, that's JEFF, So yeah. So we'll see. I might, just because I'll listen to him, see what he's got.
Have you taken in anything on Peacock lately? We kind of talked about this a little bit off the air, but
I did I did finally listen and watch the Stone Cold session
with Jericho.
Oh,
so good.
It's very good. I like how he did go into detail about the formation of AEW and why he went to AEW, and I think it is kind of cool that we are in a space where, you know, Vince McMahon, like, you know, when Stone Cold was talking about when he asked Vince McMahon to have him on, and he's like, yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
So, you know, so we're in that space where it's like, it's okay. Like there's another company. You can go back and forth, you know, especially how we consume things anyway. You know, It's not like this isn't, you know, you have to watch something at the time it comes on. It's not, you don't have to do that anymore. So,
right.
You know, we're getting to a good time to be a wrestling fan, because now you can turn on something else. So you can watch other wrestlers.
We talked about it before, man. There's wrestling on literally every single day of the week. Monday is
now
Raw.
It's Monday.
Tuesday's NXT. Wednesday's AEW. Thursday's Impact. Friday SmackDown. You know, it's literally every day, Monday through Friday. You can watch something. Me and you were talking a little bit before we started recording. Dude, Peacock is not cutting it for me. And I know it's early. I know it's early. But, man, I tried to jump on there yesterday. And it was just so, like, it's like not easy to find stuff. It's like
if WWE didn't have its own tab on the top there, that might be, like you said, that would be problematic.
Even once you get into the WWE section, though, I feel like it's like a pain in the ass to find anything.
True. Like it wasn't. They gotta. I think it would do them good to look at some of the things that the network did, especially the second half, like. Because I remember when we first got the network, it was kind of a mess when we first got it, and you had to go looking for things. But then they picked. There's like, okay, no, let's get this categorized, and let's get this, you know, get some order here. And that's basically where the Peacock is when you go to the WWE section. Like it's like they're, you know, trying to backlog all this stuff that they're getting, and then just kind of putting it out there so we have something to click on. But we're kind of used to, okay, where's the documentary section, where's the original section, you know, so
where's my damn superstars?
We're super, you know, so it's just not there yet.
Right. All right, guys, let us know what you're watching on Peacock. I'm curious what everybody's watching on Peacock right now, and I mean wrestling, not the Office.
Wrestling. I was about to say, and I am watching. Yeah, I do go on there and watch old sitcoms. I ain't gonna lie.
Cheers, man! I'm telling you, rewatch Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, I love Norm. Yeah, Norm is my favorite character.
All right, guys, I've got some news for you. Listen up. Big news. Figure Collections, your favorite eBay shop and YouTube channel, has started a new shop, figurecollections.com/shop. It's the cheapest way to buy action figures through Figure Collections going forward. That Nick Aldis retro selling for almost $40 on eBay, $30 shipped. But Jack from Figure Collections wanted to offer you guys, our listeners of the Run In Podcast, a special offer, 10% off your order, no problem. Use Run In or Run In Pod during checkout for an extra 10% off your order. It's figurecollections.com/shop. The /shop is important. That's figurecollections.com/shop. Use Run In for 10% off your order. More inventory to come, so keep checking back at figurecollections.com/shop. Also, guys, he's got the Blue Meanie pre-order up for sale. The 2-pack from Retro, or the Retro 2-pack from Cella Toys. So make sure you hit that shop. That should be up there. If it's not already, it should be up there very, very soon. He's also, this is the big news we were talking about with you guys.
Right.
He is an official Cella Toys seller here, or distributor, seller, whatever you want to call him, here in America. So that Dynamite Kid that's coming out, the Hayabusa, I forget who else he's got coming out. Bull Nakano. Every single one of these he's going to have up for pre-order, and he's working on getting some exclusives as well. So keep an eye on Figure Collections, man. He's got a Nick Aldis exclusive that could be coming soon. So just keep an eye, man. We are going to be doing some big things with him. Figure collections.
Was that your read?
Yeah. Why?
No, that was good. Like I want to say first off, that was good. Two, like I just want to reiterate here, like I just to make sure people heard what you just said. Like, so there's a couple of figures there that go for 40 that he's selling for 30,
and then you get 10% off.
And then you get 10%. I just wanted people to you had to hear that again. I think you needed to hear that again. But go ahead.
The shop's not up yet. It will be up very soon, though. Very soon. So make sure you keep checking back. Keep checking back. Yeah, man, I read that live. He sent that message to me at 6:30 tonight, and I did not have time to pre-record it. So I was like, you know what? I'll just read it live on the air.
Live. You got this. That that Connecticut public education is all right.
That's right. That Connecticut School Broadcasting Education, actually. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Come on now. And then me with my El Camino, drama school that I went to.
That's all right. Whatever. We got you here.
Yep.
All right. That is it for In the Ring this week. We're only at 40 minutes. We're flying. I told you guys we're flying through this episode. It's time to walk that toy aisle. And Walk That Toy Aisle is brought to you by Stack of Cards. Use the code RUN10 at checkout to save yourself 10%. DJ, you were just on there. You said before we went on air, you were floating around on stackofcards.com.
In the stacks, let me tell you something. So Pokemon folks, I saw that like he's got the 10 gold Ultra Ball like right here on the page. I don't even collect Pokemon, but this ball, like just the Pokeball looks cool. Nostalgia, we got Tron, we got 1994 WWF packs of cards. X-Files, RoboCop 2. Come on, folks. I'm loving it. Like this is, and like we've been saying, man, cards are they're back. Uh-huh. Like I mean, you go to Target, you'll see somebody get a Judas effect in the card aisle.
Or camping out for the cards. My kid, I hate it for my son because he's always like, "Can I go check out the Pokemon cards?" Yeah, sure. There's nothing there ever. Which sucks. Like, but we've been going to like little mom and pop card shops and stuff to kind of give them some business and stuff like that to get the cards he's looking for and stuff. So my kid's big into the Pokemon cards. So I might have to grab that the Pokemon card you were mentioning, the thing you were mentioning. I haven't been on the website this week, but
the Pokeball.
The Pokeball. I might have to grab that for him. I also know nothing about Pokemon except like who
I know
Pikachu
very
is.
Little. Yeah, I'm about to say I know very little.
I was doing trivia. I was hosting trivia this week at a college bar, and one of my normal stops and one of my normal nights, and there was a Pokemon question, and all the dudes. Now remember, these guys are college age, obviously. They're over 21. They have to be 21 to be in the bar. So they all answer the question and are immediately like, yeah, screaming. I'm like,
that's the age. Like that's about
like,
right. Yep.
I'm laughing at them. I'm like, you guys are that fired up that you guys got a fucking Pokemon question right.
And they they probably couldn't name all three Stooges.
Yeah.
Like that's where
I can name all four, man. I can name all four Three Stooges.
Exactly. But it's like that's where we are at this point.
All right, guys, let's get into it. It's the toy aisle. Lots of stuff to talk about this week, including Vader and John Cena, WWE legends, showing up at Target.
Yes, sir.
In the store. Hopefully the pre-orders are going to be going out. They're street dated for April 25th. At least Vader is. I don't know about John Cena because I don't give a shit about that John Cena figure. But I know some Vader is
though. Like some people are really looking for that figure.
I know Vader
didn't Phil have a basket full of Vaders or something? Like
he found one. He got one. Phil, the Hot Take Kid, got one. I haven't pre-ordered. I'm holding out faith that the pre-order doesn't get canceled or delayed or anything like that. But they are showing up. You can use Pop Finder again to find them. But the street dated for the 25th.
Is that working now?
Yeah. So they might not let you take them home until the 25th. Just keep that in mind. And then some interesting news that Brutus Beefcake and Diamond Dallas Page from that same set right now are online only. So Cena and Vader are in store. Obviously right now.
Right.
Beefcake and DDP are online only for the moment. And that's according to Steve Ozer, who is corporate Steve from Mattel. He posted that in the Major Brothers wrestling figure group last night.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah, dude, I hope it's not a sign that the line isn't doing good, because I love this line. I want it to keep going.
Well, they haven't given it a chance. I haven't seen them, so it's like give it a chance first before you start saying.
Yeah, this would be the fourth wave that's been out in stores. So
the only thing I see people not getting is, that didn't go well was the Bobby Heenan Weasel. Like, that's the only thing that I thought that didn't work. Everything else.
Nah, people were still like, one of my buddies locally he was trying to get $1 Million Man, and his pre-order got canceled. So he's like, if you see it, grab it for me. And I haven't seen it. So,
man, he should have called me.
I was gonna say he's looking for just regular $1 Million Man. He's not looking for the chase or anything like that. So, obviously
there was a day they were all like, it was a peg of chases and regular $1 Million Man.
Yeah, they're starting to pop now, I think, a little bit more than they were. So hopefully we'll find them soon. Something else I was going to say about that. Shoot, I forgot what I was going to say. I meant to write it down. Royal Rumble Elites. They were on Amazon. They got delayed. Was supposed to get it here Monday, and then they said it's going to be delayed between May 17th and June 17th. I think is when it's going to be delayed for. So
they couldn't handle it.
Yeah, that sucks, man. It's obviously with everything, everything going on.
That's a good That's a good series. Like that particular series is
that Royal Rumble series. Yeah, it's good. And it's been super hard to find. Like Ringside has them on their website, or had them on their website. They haven't shipped them yet. Yeah, it wasn't even that much more though. It was like 26, I think.
Is it?
Shipping, okay. It wasn't that much more. Yeah,
that's the thing, is the shipping. Yeah.
But they haven't gotten them either. So it's like these things are stuck somewhere. They're stuck in the Suez Canal. Yeah.
That damn guy.
Somewhere. What I was going to mention before is that over the weekend, the WWE Elites, the first Legend series that came back, the series with Orndorff, Ultimate Warrior, Eddie Guerrero, and Paul Orndorff. Who am I forgetting? Ultimate Warrior. Oh no, that was the set that Sting was supposed to be in.
Yeah.
Those three.
You just hurt me, but go ahead.
Yeah. Those three were showing up on Target.com for $9.99.
Wow.
I grabbed 2 of the Guerreros and 2 of the Orndorffs. I actually grabbed Orndorff thinking I didn't have them. Mm-hmm. And I looked at my collection and I do have them. So I don't know if I'm going to hold on to them to resell them or just hold on to them and like trade them.
You can flip that for you could definitely make at least another $10 on that.
Yeah, I'll be able to unload them. I'll be able to unload them. If you guys need them, let me know. But yeah, they were $10. So those should be here, I think, tomorrow. And then Royal Rumble Elites were delayed. Chella Toys. We just talked about them with figure collections. They announced their full lineup of Series 1, which is going to be Hayabusa, Nick Aldis, which is already out, Dynamite Kid, Blue Meanie, and Ethan Page. These were kind of already announced. Oh, and Bull Nakano. These were kind of already announced. They just announced that that's going to be the whole set of Series 1. Gotcha. And Blue Meanie has his podcast host with him. So that's some news there. And then sticking with the retro line, Zombie Sailor. The Major Brothers did a show over the past weekend, and he announced that there's going to be a Hornswoggle one coming soon. Ooh. And he announced Brooklyn Brawler last week. And then King Kong Bundy, he announced this week, another retro, and it's going to be King Kong Bundy. So these things, man, he is pumping out the figs, man. It's the lineups. His lineups are going to be unbelievable. The first lineup is Matt Cardona, Brian Myers, Earl Hebner, Dino Bravo, and Sabu. Like, that's a huge lineup, I think. And then all these other guys, Brooklyn Brawler, Hornswoggle, King Kong Bundy, Enzo, Bruiser Brody, Kevin Sullivan. He's got all these other guys lined up for like the next, I don't know if it's immediately the next wave. Dan Housen. I don't know if it's immediately the next wave or how they're going to be split up. He hasn't announced that yet, but he's killing it. Chella Toys killing it with the retros as well. Good time to be a retro collector. And then Mick Foley's getting a custom or exclusive title on WWE
I'm looking at
Shop. It comes in a Sacco bag, which I think is hilarious. And then it's got like the Mankind mask over the title. Those we've talked about those before, the exclusive titles. I would never buy this one. I love Mick Foley, but like I'm a Cactus Jack fan, not necessarily Mankind.
I'm pretty much on Cactus Jack as well. But out of the title, like this is not bad for like if you're a fan of Mankind in particular. I think you'll be all right with this one.
I know I keep saying it like
it's not outrageously priced for
isn't it 500 like the rest of them?
Right. Like
yeah.
I mean, well, isn't there a couple that's a little bit over that?
I think the one like the Macho Man one comes in like a special display case. I think that one's a little more expensive.
Right.
But with Klarna, you can pay $84 a month.
I'm looking.
All the other ones, like the Ric Flair one, I think is 500. Shawn Michaels is 500. It's the one. It's like the Macho Man is like a super special edition. The Undertaker one, I think, is a little bit more.
I think the Undertaker one's
Of course, Triple H's is more just because he's Triple H.
Triple H.
So, yeah, kind of cool. I'm still like so on the fence about these. Like, bro, I don't think I would ever buy one. Yeah, Razor Ramon is $4.99. Chyna's is on sale for $3.99 right now. Bret Hart's is on sale for $3.99. Cena is $3.99. So a bunch of them on sale right now. Here we go. Ric Flair's is $3.99.
Oh, it's coming down for you.
Not doing it. Triple H's actually was only $4.99. It's $3.99 right now. But Sami Zayn
didn't move like they thought.
Right. Sami Zayn is. I don't know if the sale is still going on. I'm going to Pro Wrestling Tees right now. He is doing. Yes, it is. You have until April. You have 1 week from April 19th. So the 26th, you have until 10% of this shirt. It's a limited time only. It's Sami Zayn dancing. It's a Sami dance shirt. Profits are donated to Sami for Syria. It's available till April 26th on 1 p.m. I just wanted to mention this. If you're interested, it's a white shirt. It's $29.99, but the proceeds go to the Sami for Syria. Cool way for Sami Zayn to kind of raise some money for his one of his home countries. I know he's like multinational and he's billed from Canada and stuff, but I think his family's from Syria. So grab that shirt, and while you're at Pro Wrestling Tees, make sure you go to prowrestlingtees.com/runinpod. And then Trish,
get that with your run-in shirt.
That's right. Trish Stratus put on her website or her Twitter or something saying that she's going to be an Elite 88, and you can order a signed one exclusively on her website. So that is, we haven't even seen the pictures of these yet, and Trish is already I'm actually looking it up right now, man. TrishStratus.com. Let's see here. Whoa, lots of pop-ups on her page.
And see how much.
Is this her actual page? Because there's a lot.
Did you spell it right?
There's a lot of ads. I mean, there's a shop. Yeah. She got Trish versus China. $60.
That's pretty. Like if you bought the Elite and then went to a show, that's probably
right around what it would be. Yeah. Wow. Her website is a mess, man. No, it is lots of pop-ups. Oh my gosh, lots of ads. I mean, she's probably making a ton of money off it because people are going to it.
I'm about to say all the ads on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can order it on her website there. $60. $60. That's it for wrestling news, man. Not a whole lot going on with the world of wrestling figures. I mean, they announced a ton of stuff over the WrestleMania weekend.
That's right.
So not getting a whole lot of new stuff, but there is new stuff from other people. There is Mattel Creations. Shogun Masters. They are making a Skeletor. So there is a new Mattel Creations release coming, and it's most certainly a standout in a line of some very interesting artistic takes. One on some of Mattel's core icons. Master of the Universe fans, this one is a big one, literally. So these, I don't know if you've seen these, DJ. I'm not really sure what these figures are supposed to be, these Shogun Masters. But here's what the write-up says on the Foosh. If you're not familiar with the Mattel Creations concept and purpose, you can read all about it right here. Essentially, it's a platform and release channel that allows Mattel designers, along with collaborators with other artists, to put new interpretations of some of Mattel's most iconic toys and brands. This time, Mattel evilest, and perhaps best creations, the mighty Skeletor returns to the spotlight for the massive Creations release. Old Bone Brian has already seen time in the spotlight here. This time, though, Skeletor has gone big and he's expanded past the borders of the traditional Masters of the Universe. So it's almost like a robot-looking Skeletor. It's pretty cool looking, actually.
And did you ever watch that cartoon, the Shoguns?
No, I never did. I didn't actually know what Shoguns was until I started
it's a giant robot show. It's a giant robot show, and because I'm looking at the pictures now, and yeah, like the rocket fist, and all that is all from the show. And they basically made a Skeletor into one of the giant robots, which is actually pretty damn cool.
I was just gonna say I don't know much about the show, if anything, and it's pretty freaking cool looking.
I like it.
Cool looking. I wish Mattel would do more with this Mattel Creations site. They pimped this out like last Comic-Con. Like that was where you were going to order Mr. T and that, all this stuff. And you see Hasbro, we've probably talked about this before, but like Hasbro has like Back the Bulls. They're doing the Mandalorian ship, and they're doing the giant dude there from, why can I never think of Sentinel from Marvel Legends. And it's like, okay, if we get 10,000 backers, we're going to add this. If we get 15,000 backers, we're going to do this. Like, not everything has to be like this. I like this idea, but like start doing some stuff with WWE with these Mattel Creations. You guys haven't done anything with WWE with these Mattel Creations. They could do like a whole arena for like a WrestleMania arena, like a classic entranceway. Like there's so many ideas that they could do for WWE with like a
big fist ramp.
Yeah, exactly. That would go over huge. This Skeletor is pretty. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, man, this is pretty freaking cool.
And did you scroll all the way to the pretty close to the bottom where you can see him next to the Shoguns?
Let's see. I did not go. I don't think I went that far. I see him with like the other He-Man figures, but I didn't see him with the other Shogun figures.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like on the
on Mattel Creations.
Yeah.
No, I was just on. I'm on the Foosh.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I'm on the actual Mattel Creations website, and when you scroll down, you do like they stand the Skeletor figure right next to the Shogun figures, and yes, they are very, very comparable. So I know like this is I'm sure there's some people listening to us right now that are Shogun fans, and probably Master of the Universe fans at the same time.
Yep.
You'll love this.
My buddy Tony probably is going to the website now to take a look at it. But Star Wars news. We haven't had a lot of Star Wars news lately.
No, we haven't. Yeah.
We got some new Black Series. It's going to be 6-inch, and it is all Amazon exclusives, and they are Clone Wars. It's 4 of them. It's Anakin Skywalker. Who else is in here? It is ARC Trooper Echo. It is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it is Clone Pilot Hawk. So I'm not a Clone Wars guy. But these are actually, the packaging is really cool. The figures actually, I mean, they're the Black Series from Star Wars. They look great. So can't go wrong there for Star Wars news. And then what else we got here? Oh, NECA. Got to talk about the Turtles. NECA did another, you got till tomorrow. If you're listening to this, well, actually, you got till today. If you're listening to this on Friday, to order Ace, Duck, and Mutagen Man 2-pack on NECA's website. Every Friday for like the last 3 weeks, they've been releasing new stuff that you can order on Fridays and you get a week to order it through NECA. So they put up the 2 dinosaurs there from the cartoon series, Captain Zarax and Zork. And then actually I'm on there right now, and I don't know if this is supposed to be up there yet, but Baxter Stockman and Splinter are up as well. And then that Ace, Duck, and Mutagen Man 2-pack is still up there. So check back on Friday. There should be at like noon, I think it is. There should be another 2-pack up for pre-order, and it could be a surprise. Also, they've been showing off the pictures of the movie April. They keep showing more and more every week. So that figure should be getting pretty close to being able to order. And then the only other thing, man, was April 26th. There's a Hasbro Pulse Marvel Legends stream that'll be available. And
I have a hot toy as well.
What's that?
I have a hot toy when you're done.
All right. And then the only other thing I was just going to mention is that They put out some pictures of the Shang Chi Marvel Legends that'll be available from the movie. There's like a 4-pack, or not a 4-pack, but 4 of the figures. Those are available on the Foosh. I don't know how. Shang Chi obviously is one of them. Xia Ling, Death Dealer, and Wenwu. I'm sorry, just kidding. And then Marvel's Katie. I don't know any of these characters. Katie. I'm excited for this movie though. They showed the trailer this past week. I'm actually excited for this movie.
Yeah, I like when they, do the characters that aren't that well known. And that probably takes a little bit of pressure off too when it's a character that's not that well known and you don't have the comic purists come after you
right
when you're telling the story.
I'll tell you what though, man, some of these are very toyetic. And the Build-A-Figure is Mr. Hyde. But the Death Dealer is very, very toyetic. Actually, almost looks like something from Fortnite. I think the character's name is Drift. He's got like a little style of that mask on, and then he's got he's almost looks like Drift from Fortnite mixed with a G.I. Joe. For Death Dealer, very cool looking. I don't see the Build-A-Figure though. I don't see pictures of that yet, but that's all right. What's your Hot Toys news, man?
All right, up for pre-order of Star Wars Mandalorian fame. Ahsoka.
Oh, nice.
With a Grogu. Is up for pre-order right now. She's $315, but you can go 5 payments for $56 a month.
Not bad. Ugh. One of these days, man, they're gonna get me. They're not gonna get me with Ahsoka, but I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it looks like it ships next year. That's crazy. July.
And then it's got the actress, it's got her, that is her face. They did a great job on the face scan there.
Yeah, it looks really good. I know I've said it before. I'm so mad that I missed out on the Ric Flair.
On the pre-order part.
Yeah. Yep. But one of these days,
now it's what's he, almost $1,000 now?
He was, last time I looked on eBay, he was on there for $5,500.
Oh,
so, I mean, not 55, 1,500.
Oh, okay. So that was more along the lines I was thinking.
1,500. Sorry.
I was like $5,000.
That's it. That's it for the toy news, man. What do you got for weekly purchases, DJ?
Man, I all I could get was some I needed a tire. So I got a Michelin for
some real life
Soul.
shit.
Yeah. My Kia Soul needed a tire, and I got that.
I got a couple shipments that came in. I got actually a friend of the show, Dan C, hooked me up with this, and I finally met up with him to get it. It's the Ultimate Warrior Master of the Universe.
I am hunting that
figure. Dude, Phil found him today. Did you miss the message?
I saw that, but I wanted to
Here's my thing with these. They're like $12, whatever, $15, whatever they are. I don't want to pay to ship them. That's my thing is I'd rather just find it in the store. I feel like they're easy enough to find.
Right.
For the most part.
Turn up.
And then staying on the same theme of the Ultimate Warrior, I got the ringside collectible
Monday.
WrestleMania 12. Yours is coming Monday?
Yes.
Oh man. I got 2 of them because it's so beautiful.
How about saying you wanted the box?
Yeah, I think. Well, I got them in, and I'm like, you know what? I'll probably just sell one of them or trade or whatever. And then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, nah, one's staying in the box, and one's gonna get opened.
Right.
And then I got the Chase $1 Million Man here from you. Thank you, DJ, very much. I'm very pumped for this.
Yes.
And then the mailman fucked me over though.
Right.
Not your fault. If you're watching on the YouTube, this is how the box to my Stone Cold Steve Austin 7-Eleven exclusive pop came from DJ. The box was just smashed to shit. The box that they mailed it in. So
and that was with bubble wrap. Yeah.
So I got Stone Cold open. I open up all my pops anyway for the most part. So it's not a huge deal. But it's just you're getting something brand new in the mail. You don't want it. I saw the box.
See that package, yeah.
I saw the box. The box was just smashed when I walked over to it after it was on my porch, and I'm like, oh no. And I was like, maybe nothing happened or whatever. Maybe, maybe it's fine. And I opened it and I'm like, at least it wasn't the $1 million man. I'd be a little bit more upset if it was a $1 million man.
Right.
At least it was just a pop that maybe I'll be able to find again and sell the loose one or whatever, but not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Right.
But other than that, though, that's it, man. I sold a lot of stuff this week, actually. I got rid of some stuff on eBay. Oh, I do have an announcement.
All right.
I am getting out of the Masters of the Universe line. If anybody is interested in buying the new Masters of the Universe, I'm getting out. I just need to cut back a little bit and scale back. And that's one of the lines I look at, and I'm just like, I don't need these. So I have a lot of stuff.
He does. I've seen it.
I have Hordak available. I have Manny Faces. Just let me know if you're interested, and we'll work something out. I have the Land Shark vehicle. So
right.
I got to tap out on something, and it's like, even like at this point, the Marvel Legends are just going into a tote. Like I have nowhere to put those.
Right.
I just got to tap out on something, and that drew the short straws. I'm not ready to tap out on GI Joes yet, but that might be coming too. We'll see. I don't know, man. It's just a weird time right now with everything, and it's just like the wrestling doesn't stop. Wrestling's the one thing I do love. Don't get me wrong, I love the He-Man figures and stuff like that. I love seeing them in the stores again, but I'm just like I said, man, I got to draw the line somewhere. Can't collect everything. Everything.
You really can't, especially when you're this room, right? Like that's the thing. That's the enemy of collectors here. I don't want to get to the point where I need to start renting a unit somewhere to hold stuff. So
right, it's crazy, man. It's so crazy. But all right, guys. I think we're flying through this episode, dude. Flying. Yeah, it's going to be the shortest episode ever. It's time for Falls Count Anywhere. Falls Count Anywhere is brought to you by our friends across the pond, figtees.co.uk. Use the code RUN15 for 15% off any order. They make custom figure t-shirts. Fig Tees. Big dude, big nice guy, great guy. Big fan of the show. Big fan of what he does is what I'm trying to say. All right. We talked about Shang Chi a little bit already, so we can cross that off the list. I'm going to bring up the fact that I just got the show, and I'm loving it so far. I will say it looks a lot like the PS4 version. At least so I bought last year's. I got 2020.
Right.
And it looks a lot like I'm playing. I got the PS5 version. I'm playing on PS5. I've only played a handful of games probably. Haven't done like Road to the Show or Dynasty or anything yet, just been playing exhibition games, and I'm like, man, this game looks a lot like the PS4 version. I know it's like one of the first games to come out for PS5 and made specifically for PS5, so I'm hoping there's like a patch down the road or something that makes it look a little bit better than the PS4 version, but I'm digging it so far, man. You got your copy too, right?
No, I'm going to. I haven't picked it up yet. I'm going to get the Jackie Robinson version because I wanted the Jackie Robinson.
That's right. Yep.
Cover. Yep. So that's fine. Which it's going to be because they only made that for PS4. I'm going to have to download it, and then they're going to, then make it a PS5 version. Yep. I think one of the things you probably want to look for though while you're playing is like the load time is probably a little bit faster. Definitely. Yeah, and then especially like you want to do that because I know one thing I want to do is I want to do the stadium, the create a stadium. Yep. That that looks like fun. I used to because that was one of the things on Madden. That I was mad that they stopped doing, like how you can make your stadium and you can sell merch and everything like on the old Madden, and they don't do that now. So I want to do that on the show, and then I usually play franchise mode and load up the Dodgers and have somebody hit like 80 home runs. And I'm excited to get that going and start my my franchise and stuff like that.
and that, and start my road to the show with my player and stuff like that.
Right.
But we were talking today in our group chat. We might start a little online league in the Fig Cave. So stay tuned for that, guys. Especially if you're interested in playing, and we can talk some smack, maybe give away something, at the end of the season to the winner. So stay tuned, because that should be actually happening. I'd say by the middle of May, we should be up and going. Like, give it a month to get everything set up and make sure everything works. But yeah, I'm excited to do something like that with the listeners. Do quick season too, like 25 games, 30 games, something like that, because we know people are busy. Summer's coming and all that stuff. So yeah, man, the show. I'm so pumped. Yep. What else you got, DJ?
We had, like, for those of you that caught this story, like I barely did. Washington D.C. got voted into statehood. We
really?
have at the House I think today. So yeah, so I think I don't know what else has to happen, but I think we have a 51st state.
Oh, all right. So I just typed that into the Google machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
9 hours ago. It says DC statehood vote, House approves, but Senate obstacles remain. So it's not officially yet.
You need the Senate still. Okay.
Yeah. So it got passed, but it's not official yet. So that's crazy. That's man, who would have ever thought that we would live through a pandemic and a 51st state?
Yeah.
What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. My gosh.
And I think, and this probably came about from that siege, because because DC not being a state, then now the laws are a little janky. So once you're a state, then now you can have, now you have like governor and everything. And so now you can have some straightforward laws on stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool stuff, man. Like I said, man, who would have ever thought we'd be alive during a pandemic and another state being added?
Man, in a year.
Right? Oh my God, that's true. Yeah, that's crazy. Logan versus Mayweather is happening June 5th, DJ.
Dude, so right now, like as of right now, we have Floyd Mayweather is going to fight Logan Paul on June 5th. Like this. And all I'll say about this is that so far Logan Paul has pretty much picked some pretty good opponents for himself. Like, let's be honest. Like so he got 2 knockouts here. If he freaking beats Floyd Mayweather, I might run down the street hollering. Like I just like, I don't know how he could possibly, but still, like, if he just gets a lucky punch in or whatever and beats Floyd Mayweather, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Are you a Mayweather guy?
I think he's a really, really, really good fighter. Okay, I'm not on the GOAT thing. Like, I don't think he's the greatest of all time. But he's definitely, I don't know how boxing voting goes for this, but definitely first ballot Hall of Fame boxer.
Yeah. I've never been a huge Mayweather guy, but I've always been interested in his fights, which is weird. I'm not like, I don't like same deal. Like, I don't think he's like the greatest fighter ever, but like, I remember like when he fought Pacquiao, even though it was, too late. I remember like pirating it at my house and watching it. I didn't want to pay the $50.
It was $100.
Was it Pacquiao? Because I feel like, what year did he fight Pacquiao? Because now I'm like, did he fight somebody else? Because there was one
Pacquiao was $100 for sure. Because I had a fight party for that and made people ante up at the door.
Maybe it was a second one. 2015. I'm trying to figure out where I lived because I remember the first one I think I pirated, and then the second one I think I went to one of the bars that I do trivia at now, and they were pirating it.
I was in for the McGregor. I was in Vegas.
Oh, that's what it was. It was McGregor. Okay, it was Mayweather McGregor that I was at the. Okay, now I got it all figured out. You know how sometimes you just you're like, oh, I remember being where I was, but then you're like, wait a minute, was I there? was I doing that? You know, like I was
Right.
like, I needed the timeline to match up, and I needed all our listeners to come along with me while I matched up that timeline.
Right.
Oh man.
They're probably hollering at their device right now.
Yeah. All right. Guys, this might be our shortest episode ever. As long as we keep going on the pace that we're on here. I'm okay with it, man. Like I said, it's been a long week. Who cares?
We didn't have a pay-per-view. Like, you know, like you remember we've had a string of pay-per-views.
That's right. We've been balls to the wall with this podcast since we started. So I'm not going to complain about a shorter episode. So let's get right into what we're watching, DJ. What are you watching, man?
Man, I was just kind of dibbly-dallying around, really. Like I had like 911 like is one of my favorite shows, and it started back. Their season started back up this past week. And then I've been like, you know, since I got this PS5, like I've been, you know, doing Watch Dogs. So like so far that's like besides because I already beat Spider-Man.
Damn.
So Watch Dogs has been entertaining to me.
Me and the wife, we started Who Killed Sarah on Netflix.
Okay.
Did you now? I remember like I don't know if it was you, but I remember talking to somebody about this.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch this too and talk about it on the pod?
I haven't watched it yet. You're making me interested though.
It is.
Like
so we only watched one episode.
Okay.
And like I kind of can't wait to have time to watch the next episode. It's very good, very good. And I also found out by mistake that now on Netflix you can switch to Spanish. I was like, I thought I was having a stroke or something and thought this is in Spanish and the subtitles are in Spanish too. Like what's happening? Right. And it was just because I'm fat and I hit the button on the remote and changed everything over to Spanish.
Hit the SAP button.
It wasn't even the SAP button. It's like whatever's on the bottom of Netflix. Like I clicked like subtitle. It was like subtitles in English and Spanish language.
That'll happen on Prime too. Like Prime, you got to be careful too.
I thought the whole show. I thought the show was in Spanish. And then the subtitles were in English.
Or you ever watch those shows that like it's like it was like a French movie, but then they did English dub overs?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was happening. I'm like, that's not what I thought was happening. I thought they were speaking Spanish because their lips were like going with it too.
Right.
And then the subtitles were in English. And I'm like, man, this is I didn't know this was like this. And my wife's like, let me see the remote for a second. She switched it back. But then then when you switch it back, they're speaking English, but their lips keep moving. So it's dubbed in English, but they're speaking Spanish on the show. It was a mind fuck. It's basically what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, so it is one of those shows that's English dubbed.
Yes, and it's very good. I'm telling you, man. Like I said, episode 1, I'm like I can't wait to watch the next one.
Right.
Hopefully it stays good. But that's it for me, man. That's all I'm watching. I'm kind of with you, man, where I just like I really haven't been watching a ton this week. Like I just
been working. We've been working our ass off. Like, you know,
like I worked my ass off this week.
Because I'll tell you folks, like I work in like, you know, for those of you that are fans of the show, like you know, I work in education. So we're getting close to summer. So you can do the math on that like that. Yeah. So
I just I've been balls to the wall with trivia and my regular job and everything else. So kids started baseball back up, and it's just been nonstop since
Homer. He had a homer.
He did inside the park homer. He actually told me that it doesn't count. I was like more excited for him than he was. He's like, my first home run doesn't count until I hit it over the fence. I was like, all right. So we did get the ball, but he ended up the dog got a hold of it, so the ball got chewed up a little bit. But that's when he told me
give it some character.
Exactly, but that's when he said he goes, it doesn't count anyway. Because it wasn't over the fence. I'm like, dude, a home run's a home run.
A home run is a home run. Like Ricky, like how many inside the park like Ricky Henderson have? Like,
right.
It counts on his home run total.
Right, exactly. So, and he drove in 2 runs on it. So
Babe Ruth has a home run just like hitting a really high pop up.
Yeah. All right, guys, time to wrap things up. Look at this. We're wrapping up at 1 hour and 18 minutes. I can't believe it.
Like 40 minutes shorter than we usually go.
Yeah, at least. I want to give a big shout
wrestling. Out. Come on, wrestling. Give us something to talk about.
I want to give a huge shout out to Mike Lanham, friend of the show. He's been on our show before, but he hooked us up with that intro in the beginning. for the guy, the voiceover from NBA Jam. Appreciate him doing that. Make sure you check out the Fig Cave podcast with our boy Phil Gentile, part of the family. He's got a great episode this week with Wrestling for Sale.
Yes.
I got like 10 or 15 minutes left in that episode, and it's just
learned a whole lot. I learned a whole lot on that episode.
Very good episode. And don't forget to check out Collar and Elbow and go buy something on that website and use the code CAVE for 10% off there. Of course, figurecollections.com. We told you about that. Kenny's podcast, The Call Up, on YouTube, on anywhere you get your podcast, and then WrestleGeddon. Don't forget about them. Coming down the aisle, Turnbuckle Tavern. Buy, sell, trade toys on Instagram. Keystone Collectibles. You can use the code RUN10 for 10% off over there. And Heroes Hideout. You can use the code RUN_IN for 10% off. You can follow us over on YouTube, youtube.com/The Run-In Podcast. You can watch our episodes now every single week. We put those up. I'm trying to get them out a little bit sooner. I've noticed they've been going out on like Monday, and then everything's old. So trying to get them up on the YouTube a little bit faster than what we've been doing. But
tube. I want to get one of those gold buttons. Like that's gold, my new goal for us, is getting one of those gold button plaques that you see.
You can follow us on Twitter at Runnin' Podcast. I'm at Tommy Paradise or Paradice or Paradike, whatever he said at the beginning there. It's PAIRODICE. You can follow the Instagram at The Runnin' Pod and at Tommy Paradise as well. DJ, hit him with yours.
I am the original Knight, not like so. Go to
not LA Knight.
Not LA Knight. Go to on both Twitter and the Gram. It is Fig Knight 27, FIGKNIGHT 27.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks again to Mike Lanham for hooking us up with that intro. And we'll talk to you guys next week. This has been the Run In Podcast. Good night.